Hello everyone, welcome back. In this episode of Bitcoin Trade, gonna go over some news here, and I guess this is something worth noting. I read the full article, and it's unfortunate that Mr. Sherm, um, made some bad, unfortunate decisions in his operations. Um, but he does mention something which I can definitely identify with him, and that's kind of going to the well, I'll just sum it up on the last part of what he says. Um, Given the opportunity, I will go back on the speaking circuit and be an evangelizer for Bitcoin, he said on Thursday. At the same time, the more high profile you are, the more careful you have to be. It's scary. And I have to agree with him. It's gotten very strange for me as I'm dealing more and more with Bitcoins. And he even mentions in here that when he started doing this, let me see here, I don't see it, but he was saying that basically when he started doing this, he couldn't find a bank that would deal with him. Um, so, anyways, I I have to admit, I do kind of relate to what some of the things he's saying, as far as it's getting scary, um, trading bitcoins, because it feels like you're being persecuted, at least in this situation. Considering that the clarification is, well, makes it clear on Bitcoin investors. I don't know. I have to admit, it's getting kind of weird for me because my bank well closed my account. Apparently, I was accused of quote unquote fraud, but I just made a police report and filed with the FBI. So I want to know. We're going to get down to who's committing fraud here. But anyways, in another report, um, I guess bitcoins cannot be used in Russia. So the Russian government has prevented people from using Bitcoin, the people or any corporations in Russia who are Russian to use Bitcoins. So like same thing, worry about money laundering, terrorism, and crime, all that good stuff. And here's another one. Um, well, there's some news. I don't care about the retail tag, bit tag, or China back in the game. That's irrelevant. Uh, the price action kind of shows irrelevancy. But this is kind of big. UPS looking into cryptocurrency exchange. I don't know how long I've read different reports about it. The UPS big money transmission provider service business here, and very reliable, and I think they will enforce um, the laws. There's a lot of laws in place. Remember, I told you about wire fraud and also mail fraud. Well, when I was a victim of identity theft and the perpetrator was using the U.S. postal system to receive, fraudulent credit cards in my name, well, you know who stepped in? It wasn't the police, although I called them. It wasn't the attorney generals on a state level, on a federal level. It wasn't any of them. I didn't call the FBI. I didn't think about calling the FBI. I didn't, you know. Anyways, it was the postal inspector. Um, I was kind of surprised. I thought this was another scam or something because the letter I received was just on a paper. It was just printed with the postal logo. Um, I had to verify the phone number, the address. I mean, I was really skeptical at that time. But the Postal Service, the United States Postal Service, came in to my rescue, caught the guy, all right? Um, you know, what can I say? They caught the guy, and finally my nightmare was over. Um, you know, and I think if anybody should get into this, it should be the U.S. Postal Service. They have the experience. They have the enforcement. They have I don't know. I guess I don't know if that inspector in particular that I worked with is still there. It seemed like he was going to retire, but they got all that there. It'd be nice to have something like that. And plus, they're pretty much a monopoly, and they're all over the place, and they're very safe, and they're highly regulated. And if you haven't figured it out yet, they know what's going on through the packaging, through the mail. So, they work with probably FBI, CIA, NSA, DEA. I mean, they work with all these guys. So, I think this is a perfect fit. It would make it safer for me as a trader and also for the general public. Um, I don't know how long this is out, but if seeing this would really be a big plus for Bitcoin and maybe even the U.S. Postal Service. Everything's headed that way. Postal Service got hit really bad by, well, technology. They just couldn't keep up, and I think this may be their chance to use the authority, the monopoly, the the regulations, the enforcement, and everything. I think these guys can handle it. And plus, they're a money transmission um, provider or service, so they have that license, and being the United States Postal Service. I mean, that's I can trust. I feel I can trust them more than I can trust. Um, I don't know. Some other regulatory agencies, in my opinion. Because when I was a victim of identity theft, the only person who came in were these people. So I can trust them. I know that what they do actually works. So, anyways, that's my quick update on some things here, and hopefully things will settle down in the Bitcoin world because it's really getting crazy, really crazy. And so I can relate to this guy, but at the same time, you know, if you've seen my videos, it's kind of ironic that I talked about money laundering. What is money laundering? And I even talked about, turning a blind eye, willful blindness in money laundering. You cannot claim stupidity. Anyways, I kind of understand this guy because I see the potential in Bitcoin that he probably saw. And, it's just a shame that, he did what he did. There's nothing we can do about it. So, anyways, but I can relate to him because I, I'm having issues with the bank. Although there's some banks that are willing to work with me. I'll do an update on that. You know, the banks, I know they're very scared of Bitcoin, but I have to tell you, you have to embrace it because you guys can make money too. All right, and that's the whole point, right? Um, I guess for some institutions it could be a threat, but if they saw the usefulness of it, because I'll tell you right now, Bitcoin cannot exist without fiat currency. If you took fiat currency away, Bitcoin wouldn't exist. Unlike some other stuff, like gold would still be around, all this other stuff would be around. But if you took money out, paper money, there would be no Bitcoin. There's an integral relation between fiat currency and Bitcoin. I don't know if you can ever do. I guess you can. I mean, some people do trade Bitcoin for gold, but most people that I know tell the person who has the gold to, well, turn it into money and then give me the money, then I'll give you the Bitcoin. So I don't know that many people or anyone that will take gold directly for Bitcoin. Um, I don't know anybody, but maybe there is somebody who does. Um, anyways, I hope this you find this video informative and keeps you up to current date, as well as feel free to comment, like, dislike, or even do a video response. Until next time, stay tuned. Bye now.